Hello everyone, welcome to the IT203 Week 2 session. The reading this week are chapters 3 and 4 from both books. The Week 2 discussion, you're to discuss best practices during the design, evaluation, and implementation of interactive computer systems for human use. At least 100 words and at least one APA reference that includes in-text citation. I went over those in week 1. The initial is due Wednesday and 3 replies are due by Sunday. The week 2 assignment is a research paper on the best practices when developing a GUI. It's due on Sunday. Using APA, write a report on best practices for user design, including the following subsections: ease of use, security, compatibility with other devices, and other factors that you might find, at least one. So you're to have at least 3 solid pages of the body of your work, including at least 3 wireframes of interfaces that demonstrate the use of usability guidelines. Addresses all points above, at least 2 references. Please paraphrase and do not copy and paste whole sections. Remember that if you do a direct quote, it either needs to be in quotes, or if it's a whole paragraph, it needs to be indented. The whole paragraph would be indented over to the right. And then you want to follow APA. And this means you need to include in-text citation with your references. So when it talks about wireframes, it means a sketch of the user interface. So you can either create that in PowerPoint or do a sketch in Word, or you can look for example wireframes online. If you do an example from online, just insert a screenshot of however you created your sketch or from online, and make sure that you reference the site if you use from the online. For instance, there's an example here at this address of a wireframe. So it's basically the structure of your user interface, and it can be more than one. You could have the home page, you could have a page that the user is going to have to fill in a form. That's really up to you. You just need 3 of them. At least 2 references, which include in-text citation. Use the APA tip sheet. That's what I go by, and it's found in the library. I will include it when I post this this recording. You're going to follow APA and include a title sheet, a table of contents, the body, at least 3 solid pages double spaced. Remember, the entire thing needs to be double spaced, and a reference section. There is a PDF file found in the library. For some reason, when I tried to access it, it said it wasn't available today. So I'll just include that PDF when I post this recording. And this is how it looks. It's just talking about how to set up Word. Set up Word for APA. Now, if you want, you can use a template in Word. So you're going to go to File, New, and in here you're going to type APA. And this is the first one. And what you do is these things that have brackets, you're just going to remove those, type in your title, remove this one, type in your name, and then this one, type in Herzing. I do not require this author note, so you can just delete that. To get to the running head, you go to Insert, and you go to Header, and you click Edit. Then you can leave running head and take away the title and put the title of your paper. Now this has 2 different headings, so you make sure you change both. So here it doesn't say running head, you just take out the title. Now you're not required to have an abstract, you are required to have a table of contents. So just take out the name abstract and put table of contents. Delete all of this, and then you're going to create your table of contents. And to do that, you need to have headings. So for instance, a heading 1, it could be the introduction. A heading 2 could be the ease of use. Heading 3, whatever. But then on the table of contents, then you're going to list your headings, including the reference. We don't have an appendix in this particular assignment, but this is just an example. Then do a right tab, and you can use leading dots and put your page number. So to do that, so let's take this away. To do that, you're going to put a tab stop, just click there. Then you double click the tab, click right, and then choose the leader. So let's see, we'll do this one. Okay, so if we type something here and then we tab over, you see it puts the leader, and then you can put the page number. And that's basically, we'll put the heading over here, and then that's what gives you the leader. So instead of abstract, you're going to have table of contents. Then all of your headings, including your reference page. Now the reference page is double spaced, but you also have to do a hanging indent. And let's go back to Word. And if we go to, okay, so this demonstrates the heading, how to do the different headings. So for instance, heading 1 is indented, then you have heading 2, and so on. And you can just fill these in, but just make sure you include the brackets when you delete stuff. And then on the reference page, to do a hanging indent, you click on the paragraph, and here's where you do the hanging indent. It normally is at none, and you do the hanging. As you see, this one is already set up with the references and the hanging indent. So all you have to do is copy that, delete that, and type in your reference, and you'll have. Now you're not going to use the footnotes or anything else. So what you're going to do is just delete all this. Just highlight all of it and delete it. And make sure that it goes just to the reference page. That's how you would use a template. Now if you don't want to use a template, that's fine. Just make sure you're following APA. For the quiz, you want to study the following terms. Now remember, you check key terms and concepts by clicking on the title, and these are the terms you want to study. Now these two I couldn't find in the glossary or key terms or in the books. The National Institute of Standard and Technology is a great source of information about data destruction methods. So for instance, if you want to replace a hard drive but you want to make sure the data isn't accessible, then you would need to rewrite or use other methods to destroy the data. Instructional materials are great sources for users, including in the medical, sales, and COTS systems. That's all I have for this week. If you have any questions, please let me know.